Besties, in 2024, I am not going to be looking for my money with a flashlight in the daylight. I'm not going to be wondering where my money is. I am not going to be shocked, confused, and just like perplexed on what happened to my money. You know why? Because I'm going to be completing a zero-based budget for 2024. If you want to know how to level up your budgeting game and complete a zero-based budget, then just go ahead and stay tuned. Hey besties, happy new year. This is not my first official video for 2024, but it kind of is. This is my first paycheck budget in 2024. I am super excited to be completing this budget, and we are really fine-tuning things, and I am really making sure that I'm going to have a successful year financially, and that encompasses of debt payoffs, budgeting, saving money, all the things. So please make sure that you guys are subscribed so that you are here for all the good stuff. Follow on my journey, and of course, if it definitely helps you, that is exactly what I'm here for, to share and to just walk this thing out with others. That is what I think I'm supposed to be doing. So if you are a returning bestie, hey girl, hey, I am so happy that you are back for yet another video. So yes, this is my first paycheck budget in the month or in the year of 2024, and I am going to be completing my paycheck budget. Okay, I am going to be, oh no, what happened to my planner? Get it right here. I am going to be completing a zero-based budget. Now, in the past, I was completing a zero-based budget, kind of, but not really. Now, I'm really going to be making sure that I know where every dollar is going. I'm going to place it in its rightful place where it should go and let it do the work. So I am working from my new planner. For those of you guys who did not see my video where I set up my planner, I will have it linked for you to check that out in detail. I won't go through it in detail on this video, but I am using the Budget Moms budget system. And just want to give a shout out if you are on the no spend. How's it going? Or a check-in rather. I want to do a check-in. How are you doing on your no spend? How are things going? Are you guys doing all right? Some of the besties are giving me, well, a lot of the besties actually, you guys are updating me on my daily updates here on YouTube and Instagram. Please continue to do that, because just like I said, I am your accountability partner if you need it. So I am making sure that I'm responding to everyone. So I am a paycheck to paycheck budgeter, which basically means that I budget each and every single paycheck that I do receive. And that is how I find that it's best for me to budget. I'm efficient that way, and it just makes sense for me. I do not budget the entire month. It's overwhelming for me. So I like to do it the paycheck way, or paycheck to paycheck way. This is my overview for January. I did complete it in another video in detail, so if you want to check that out, please do. But essentially, the way that I do it is I make sure that I put down my paydays, and then whatever bills I have within that pay period, those are the bills that I'm actually paying with that paycheck. Okay, and let me scroll over. Oh, also, thanks to the besties that let me know what this is. You guys let me know that it's a habit tracker. And as you can see, I'm not good at completing it. I should probably complete it. So actually, I did check my account today. Today is the 4th, and I am drinking my water. So I like that there. So I'm gonna scroll over to the bill tracker. I have all of my bills laid out here, and this is going to help me to make sure that I remember all of the bills that I do have coming up. So I'm gonna take that out, and then here I have my paycheck tracker. And then I'm gonna be using the cash envelope breakdown and then my expense tracker as well. This video is going to pretty much kind of serve as a workshop. I am going to explain in detail how I am completing the zero-based budget, and that is basically giving every single dollar a job to do. For years, I didn't understand what a zero-based budget was because it didn't make sense to me that you emptied out your checking account. That's kind of what I thought. I was so used to having just everything in one bank account and working out of that bank account that I thought to myself, how in the world could I budget every single dollar? I'm not going to have anything left to do anything with. And that's essentially so untrue. And the light bulb had finally went off when I wanted to understand truly how to do this. So that is the reason why I'm really gonna make this a workshop. So for the person who was kind of like me and was like, it just doesn't make sense, it's not clicking, I want to make sure that it does click for you. So it's not essentially saying that you will not have any money left. Everything that you give your money a job to do, it is doing exactly that, because when you leave money just out there with no accountability, no parents, no friends, no nothing, it's just gonna wander off, and you're gonna be looking for it like, hey, where you at? Where you was right here, you was right here, and now I can't find you. You missing. I gotta put out a missing report. So I'm tired of putting out missing reports, okay? So we are going to be doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to speed up some of the parts of the video, but I just want to make sure that I'm explaining everything. So here in the paycheck date, let me go ahead and indicate the paycheck date is going to be, what day is that? The 5th.
So I am being paid on the 5th, 2024.
So here's where I'm putting the inflow. In this area here, I am budgeting my paycheck. My paycheck goes into my bills account, and in my bills account is where I distribute all of my money to do whatever it is that it's gonna do. That is to pay bills, that's if it's gonna go from one account to the next account to do something, that's to debt, that's to savings, that's to expenses, etc. I do all of it out of this bill account, which my paycheck is put into my bills account, or half of my paycheck is put into, or a portion of it. It's not half, it's a portion of it. So what I'm working with for the beginning of the year for the very first paycheck is I am working with $866.42. Here I'm just gonna put bills account. Now, if you've watched me last year, this was always more. However, I've had to put more money to taxes. So this, for this year, is gonna be a little bit less until I get my little raise, whenever that will be, in a couple of months. But this is essentially now going to be a little bit lower. So inflow total that I'm working with is $866.42. Here in this section, this is my bills section. The reason why I like this system so much is because the way that I budget is I pay all of my bills first. I give my tithes and offering, and then I pay all of my bills. Then after that, then I move down to my expenses, which is food, gas, or food, transportation, which is gas for me, and etc. So first, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna complete all of my bills, and then I'll be back.
Do you believe? Straight from a party, we're all on a roll tonight. Women be sparky, all the men be dancing right, moving my body, clubbing feels so sweet. We turn and turn and turn again, we turn and turn and feel the heat. Straight from a party,
So these are all of the bills that I have coming out of this paycheck. When I go to my overview and my calendar, I look and I see that I'm paid here on the 5th, and all of the bills that I have in between the next payday, like I stated, those are the bills that I am paying with this paycheck. My electric bill, I've already paid that, so I don't have to worry about that for this particular pay period. So here I have my tithes and my offering that's already been taken out of my pay period. I do not reveal how much it is that I do pay in that area. So I do put it here for those who need the encouragement or want the encouragement to, you know, trust God with their finances. So just to let you guys know, I have already taken that out of this amount before it got to $866.42. Mortgage, I already have that automatically coming out of my paycheck, and it's automatically direct deposited into my mortgage account. My mortgage account is just simply a checking account that I use to house my mortgage money, and I pay my mortgage out of that account. Update to the new year, I am now also putting my HOA in that same mortgage account. So that's also been taken out of here as well. And so I will now start to pay my HOA out of my mortgage account. I am no longer taking that money and putting it in a sinking fund and paying it. I just felt that it would be better and more efficient for me to just include it with my mortgage money in that mortgage account. My water bill is $46.13, which is pretty much around normal. My Capital One bill is $77. And I've already paid it for this month, but this credit card is the next credit card that is up to be paid off. So I am doing the snowball method for this credit card. If you guys are interested in learning how to make snowball payments, I do have those videos where I'm doing my debt payoffs, and I explain in detail how to come up with the snowball amount and the way that you make those payments. Life insurance is $112.90, and then my personal loan is $133.72. I'm so excited because my personal loan is finally under $3,000. It like said at $3,000 for like the longest, but I'm finally at $2,000 and something. So I am super excited about that. After I pay that off, I cannot wait to get that personal loan up out of here. I am going to calculate this, but I do just want to note that for my bill account, I am looking to increase this. I want about $2,000 sitting in this account just to, you know, pay bills out of or whatnot. I do want a $2,000 buffer in my bill account, so I am going to be working to increase this. So just FYI, okay? So I'm going to calculate how much money I have in bills. So it's a total of $369.75. That's how much I am paying in bills. So I'm going to take the $866.42. I'm going to subtract $369.75. We have left $496.67. This is what's left over. $496.67. So bills are now taken care of. A lot of times people ask me, or they leave comments and they say, oh, if I give my tithes and offering, I'm not going to have any money left over, or I just don't understand how you have money left over, etc. If you set up your budget, or I'm just letting you guys know how it works for me. When I set up my budget, this is the order that I am paying, or this is the order that I'm budgeting, if you will. I get paid, I pay bills. No, excuse me, let me back up. I get paid, I give to God, I pay my mortgage, I pay my bills. Then I go down to expenses. And it just has worked out for me that way by me doing it in this exact order. I do this on payday. I don't get paid, buy food, pay off debt, go back to my bills, and everything just all over again, all over the place. And I am not working through a system or an order. And I think that is the reason why some people do not have money left over for bills or anything else, because they're getting paid, they're going out to buy coffee, breakfast, food, paying for child expenses, then they're saving a little money, and then they go back and then they pay a couple bills, and then they go back to their expenses and they're like, oh, I need to stop by Target, and then they taking money out of that, and then they are then going back and paying some more bills, and then by the time they get to the end of their pay period, it's like, ooh, I don't have enough money to pay those bills that was left. I pay my bills on payday regardless if the due date has come or not. For example, when I get paid on the 5th, I am paying my personal loan that's due on the 15th on the 5th. It is okay if you pay your bills early. It's better to pay them early, get it out the way. You've already paid it. You can move on with your life. I have found that I am so much less stressful. I don't have to remember like, oh shoot, I have a bill that's due, let me go back and pay it. I'm not paying bills all throughout the month. I only pay bills 2 times out of the entire month. It's just worked that way for me. I would encourage that you try it if it hasn't worked for you. Next is my variable expenses. And this is the section where I am budgeting for groceries, my household items, as well as gas and any toiletry items that I need. So I'm gonna rip this out the book really quick just so that it's a little bit more comfortable for me to write. And I'm going to jot down everything that I am going to be budgeting for, and then we'll come back and talk about it. I have $496.67 to work with. So for groceries, I want to take out $150, household $50, toiletry items $40, and gas $120. Now the household items are things like cleaning products, which is like washing detergent, what else? Dishwashing liquid and things like that. So I do need to re-up on a couple of things. Definitely washing detergent for my clothes. And toiletries, I may only need actually about $20 of toiletries. I believe that I need some toothpaste, and I think that's really about it, honestly. So I might come back and make an adjustment to this and then throw the rest of it at household, because I really do need to get a few things. And for gas, gas is $120. I do plan on decreasing my driving during this time. So let's see how much money this totals up to be. So this is $360. So we're to take $496 and subtract $360. This leaves me with $136.67. Now I do want to let you know that the groceries, the household, and the toiletries, these 3 items here, I will be taking out of the bank, and I will be using cash in these areas so that I do not overspend. My gas, I do leave it in the bank because I don't necessarily like going to the window to pay for gas. However, I only go to Costco and there is no window. You have to actually use a card. So I do have gas that, my gas money I do leave in my bill account. Now we are going over to sinking funds and looking at the amount of money that I have left, which is $136.67. I'm looking to see, am I going to allocate that money to sinking funds, extra debt, or extra savings? I'm probably gonna have to, well, first, before I make that decision, I'm gonna look and see what my sinking funds are, because some of my sinking funds are priority sinking funds, which basically means that I am saving a little bit of money over time to pay a bill that is coming up. So when I look at my sinking funds, I have already done the work and determined which sinking funds are high priority. And I do have a video that is specifically showing how to do this. So if you need to check that video out, I will have that video linked as well. High priority is my HOA, which is now no longer a thing. So that is actually, I probably should erase that off. But I have car maintenance, car registration, trash, which is a bill, debt, Costco, AAA. AAA and Costco are bills. It's like an annual membership bill. Home maintenance, mortgage, overage, medical, co-pays for doctor's visits, and then tax prep, offering, yeah. So looking at my high priority list here, I am going to contribute to car maintenance. I'm sorry, car registration, because that is something that will be coming up in September. And I am going to need to make sure that I have money for that. And then trash, I am going to, I should do tax prep too, but I'm probably just gonna have to take that money out of some side hustle money to help me out. So here with the $136.67 left, I'm gonna write down the sinking funds that I will be contributing to. So here for sinking funds, I'm gonna be taking out my car registration, which is $13, trash, $20, Costco, $5, because Costco is due in March, and AAA is due in March as well. I don't know why I have $8. I think this is supposed to be like $19 based on how much I pay. So I definitely think that this is wrong, but I have $8 there, so I'm just gonna go with the $8 right there, but I may definitely have to add to that. So I'm gonna calculate how much money this is for sinking funds. So it's $46. And then I'm going to, let's see what we have left over. So we have $90.67 left over. Now I have the opportunity to put this money towards debt or extra savings. So looking at my overall money, for my debt minimum snowball right now is $145. So this $90 is not going to help me out in the debt area. I could take the whole 90 and put it towards that. Because I do have a debt strategy where I am am using a lot of my side hustle money to pay off debt. I do plan on paying off this Capital One credit card at the end of the month. So I'm not going to stress too much about having my debt snowball because I will be paying it off. However, for savings, I believe that I am going to take the $90 and the 67 cents, and I'm gonna put that towards savings challenge, maybe. But let me check something really quick. So this is my savings challenge binder, and I am going to be contributing to a couple of savings challenges, one being the $3,000 in 1 year, and then another one being the savings challenge here, the 52-week savings challenge. So looking that I have $90, I can take, this is $85. So I can take $85 and contribute to my 52-week savings challenge. So I'm gonna do $85. So that I know where it's going to. And this is going to be 85. That's 85, right? 40 and 45. $85. So now I'm going to subtract $85. That is $5.67. So I still have not zeroed out my budget, because what am I going to do with this $5.67? I am going to take that $5.67 and I am going to put it in my spending account. Usually I will put that here in the variable expenses, and what I'll do next time is I will wait until I do everything and then put that here. But for now, since I've done all the other work, I'm just gonna put it here. So this is my spending account, and it's $5.67, right? So I'm gonna complete this, or I'm gonna add this up. $85 plus $5.67. And that gives me $90.67. So leftover is 0. So to make sure that I have zeroed everything out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what our inflow is. Whoops. Our inflow was $866.42. I'm gonna subtract the fixed expenses total, which is $369.75. I'm gonna subtract $360, which is the variable expenses total. I'm gonna subtract the sinking funds total, and then I'm gonna subtract the extra savings total. So that gives me $0. I have zeroed out my paycheck budget. Every single dollar has a job. This spending account, the job that this has is, this money is here, and in the event that I go over budget in any of these areas, bills or expenses, I will have the spending account as a buffer to be able to spend money out of. I will not be spending money out of my bill account, if you will. As I am building my buffer up in my bill account, that money will always be there, just so that I can then start putting more of my bills on auto pay. If that makes sense. But stick with me, subscribe to the channel so that you can walk through the entire process with me. But this is what I will essentially be doing now. Every single paycheck, I will be zeroing out my budget and making sure that every single dollar has a job to do. I'm putting these dollars to work, honey. All right, you guys, so that is pretty much it. The sinking funds, I do take cash out and I stuff the envelopes with that. So in my payday routine, on the day that I get paid, I pay all of my bills, take the money out for expenses, take the money out for sinking funds and the savings. I stuff those envelopes with cash, and then I pay all the bills and do all that good stuff. In about a week, I will go into my account, and well, actually every day I'm going to be looking at my account, but I'm also going to do a 1-week check-in to make sure all the bills are paid, all that good stuff. And that is pretty much it. That is how you zero out your budget. And creating a payday routine is so important, and it is so life-changing. So doing these steps, having a system for yourself in a way that works for you is life-changing. This system has been life-changing for me. And I now believe implementing a zero-based budget is really going to be just even better. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. The next video will be me stuffing the envelopes, and just to also let everybody know, and remember, Monday starts our prayer for our finances for 2024. It's going to be at 6 o'clock. I am going to have a post up in the live already scheduled for you to kind of notify yourself when it does go live. It's going to be 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 8 o'clock Central Standard Time and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get up early and we're going to lay before Jesus. But make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Guys, I forgot to tell you, we hit 40K. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I didn't think. We just hit 30K and now we're at 40K. And guess what? We are almost at 50K. I think we're like 46K in the community. So I just want to thank you guys so much. Please share this video with friends and family, and let's have a great 2024. The goal for this year is 100,000 besties in the community, and I know that we can do it. So thank you guys so much for being here, for engaging with the content, for sending it out, for helping the besties out. I just want to see us do better. And so share this video with a friend or a family member, and I declare and decree that before January is over, we will be at 50,000 besties. I will see you guys in the next video. Go be great. Love y'all. Bye.
Know what I got, know what I want. Boy, don't get me wrong, sure we're having fun, but it don't mean that I'm in love. I like you a lot, but you gotta step up.